Hey, welcome to the weekly wrap only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Gasolano. Let's get you caught up on some of the biggest stories of the week. At number 5 in our countdown, pioneering civil rights leader Jesse Jackson passed away this week at the age of 84. The Reverend died peacefully Tuesday morning alongside his family. His death follows his struggle with a rare brain disease. Jackson is remembered as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s protege, who became more prominent after his mentor's assassination. Jackson made history alongside his Rainbow Coalition, bringing together people of all races. He's survived by his wife and 6 children. At number 4 in our countdown, another setback in the search for Nancy Guthrie. The DNA recovered from gloves found during a search has come up empty. The DNA profile was submitted to a nationwide database known as CODIS. Now investigators are turning to commercial genealogy databases, hoping to find a match there. The sheriff's office in Pima County, Arizona, said additional DNA evidence found at Guthrie's home is also being analyzed. Authorities remain focused on the video from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera of the masked suspect. At number 3 in our countdown, there are measles cases confirmed in Boerne, reportedly linked to out-of-state travel. State agencies are actively conducting contact tracing and guidance. State officials believe the case is isolated in nature and tied to a positive exposure in Bandera County. The age of the person has not been confirmed. Measles is highly contagious and can be dangerous, especially for babies and young children. Symptoms typically begin 7 to 14 days after exposure, with a high fever, cough, runny nose, and red, watery eyes. Turning to health news, the month of February is all about Valentine's Day and making sure your sweetheart's heart is in good emotional health. But what about your actual heart? As Jeremy Baker reports, making sure that vital organ is in tip-top shape is a big focus during this month.
Every February is American Heart Month, a time to focus on heart health. And with rates of obesity, diabetes, and high blood pressure rising nationwide, the importance of this month of awareness cannot be stressed enough.
There's so many risk factors that can lead to heart disease. Some of them you can't control, but some of the major risk factors and contributors to heart disease are things that you can control.
Some of the risk factors you can't control include age, family history, gender, race or ethnicity, or autoimmune conditions. Some of the risk factors you can control are blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, obesity, diet, and physical activity. Taking control of your heart health at home is one thing. Making sure a professional checks you out is another.
So we can catch these things early and do the interventions, both lifestyle and medications if needed, to prevent them from progressing and triggering things like heart disease and other complications.
That is done through a heart screening where doctors may check vital signs like blood pressure, weight and height, review medical history, and potentially order lab tests to check other numbers like blood sugar or cholesterol.
And then reviewing these numbers with the patient to make sure they really understand what they mean to empower them to make the best decisions about their health.
To learn more about heart health, heart disease prevention, and heart screenings, just go to this story on KENS5.com. In the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Interesting stuff. All right, the weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
KENS 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call KENS. Weekdays at 6 on KENS 5.
Got a problem, call KENS. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalbergen. I am a journalist for KENS 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very first guy hired at KENS 5. From the beginning, I said, You can get paid for that. Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the Ken's family because the Ken's family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get to breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on KENS 5+.
Welcome back to the weekly wrap. At number 2 in our countdown, Governor Greg Abbott is weighing on students' protests happening across Texas over ICE operations. So this comes as the Texas Attorney General is launching investigations into Northeast ISD and 2 other school districts after recent student protests. NEISD reports the investigation is centered on Churchill High School. As for the governor's comments, take a listen.
There have been story after story after story by parents or by seniors who are angry about the walkouts and protests because they make a very simple point, and that is their taxpayer dollars are being used to educate our children, not to have those children skip class, not get educated for the day. It's not as if the children in the state of Texas are all making perfect scores on their reading and math tests. Every moment in school is very important.
The governor says his focus remains on keeping students in class. And a new affordable housing project honoring the first American-born Pope on the east side. It's called Pope Leo Village, built by Habitat for Humanity. KENS 5's Henry Ramos went back to check on the progress and met a mom helping to build the home that she soon will call her own.
A house is where you sleep at night. A home is where you love and memories grow.
Messages of faith and hope written on unfinished walls. This is one of 8 homes taking shape in Pope Leo Village, built by Habitat for Humanity of San Antonio and Guadalupe Valley.
Just kind of imagining the kids out here running around. It's very exciting. I can't wait.
Mother of 3, Lydia Hipolito, will soon call this home for her family.
It's a huge opportunity that honestly, with today's house prices, it gives us hope.
Recently, Lydia, along with nearly 200 volunteers, started construction on the homes off Melody Lane on the east side.
So the walls were already up. We did some insulation, nailing it down, and we also did painting on the siding.
The project, named after Pope Leo to honor the first American-born Pope. The idea is to bring community together while also encouraging youth to get involved.
We know that there are families that have a need for affordable home ownership, and that's all that we're doing. We're coming together as a community.
The 1,300 square foot homes will feature 3 to 4 bedrooms. Each home will be sold at cost with a 0% interest mortgage. The nonprofit is still needing help in fundraising.
100% of that money would actually go into one of these houses. So lots of need. This house cost us about $150,000 to build.
However, there is no dollar amount for the security of a forever home. For Lydia, it means everything.
Stability and a peace of mind.
Henry Ramos, KENS 5.
Oh, what a great story. The weekly wrap is back after this.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
Talked to this police officers, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC's working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly, something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too. born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching KENS 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
So good!
that is fantastic, catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on KENS 5 Plus.
Welcome back. In our countdown, Ballet San Antonio is closing out its 40th season with a reimagined production of Cinderella. The classic story returns to the stage February 20th through the 22nd at the Tobin Center. The ballet follows Cinderella as she overcomes her wicked stepmother to become a princess. We spoke with some of the dancers who say when the curtain goes up, the audience will see the hard work they put in.
Every single dancer in the company has put so much work into every single set they're performing that I know the audience will feel that hard work and passion.
The production will also feature a children's performance from the School of Ballet San Antonio. And after 14 years with the company, principal dancer Sophie Bertolini will take her final bow this weekend. For more information, you can head to KENS5.com. All right, and at number 1 in our countdown, the partial government shutdown continues, and both sides are still not seeing a solution. The White House rebuffed the latest proposal from congressional Democrats to end the stalemate and fund the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats remain firm in their demands for significant reforms to ICE and DHS oversight. So far, negotiations to end the impasse are only taking place among staffers, with Democratic leaders and the president still not engaged in direct talks.
It doesn't mean he's not willing to. I'm just not aware of any conversations that have taken place.
I'm not averse to sitting down with any high-level members of the administration if, in good faith, they are prepared to discuss the type of dramatic changes that are needed.
In a statement, the Department of Homeland Security warned a prolonged shutdown would impact more than 200,000 DHS employees and could lead to disruptions with TSA, FEMA, and the Coast Guard. All right, thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap, only on KENS 5 Plus. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.